Crowdstrike.
Thank you for contacting Crowdstrike support.
So as all of you would have known, there was a massive outage across the entire world because of Crowdstrike. For those people that don't know, Crowdstrike is a very popular cybersecurity company, and one of their products is a security software called Falcon. And as you've probably seen from my past videos, our company also uses Crowdstrike. And that means we have the software installed on all of our Windows machines, and we were all hit by the outage. So in this video, I thought it would be a really good example to walk through with you guys on how we handle this incident within our company. I'll go through different stages starting from detections, investigations, remediations, and prevention. Alright, let's start with detections. It all started around 3 PM Australian time when we received the initial reports of laptops crashing. At the time, my laptop was working fine, but my coworker was already experiencing the crash. Over time, the number of reports went from a handful to hundreds, and it kept increasing. My coworker sent over this screenshot of the blue screen of death. On the screenshot, we could see that the error was saying that this particular file, csagent.sys, had failed. This prompted us to assume there must have been some auto update that's being pushed into our Crowdstrike Falcon software. So within my team, it only affected my coworker so far. We knew that the auto updates were being pushed through our company in waves. This prompted me and the remaining team members to quickly disconnect our devices from the internet as an emergency isolation. And since we had the admin privilege, we were able to uninstall the Crowdstrike software before the outage affected us. So about an hour since the initial detection, almost the entire company's fleet of Windows computers and servers were offline. Okay, now moving on to investigation. Since we weren't 100% sure if it was a broken update or a hack, we needed to conduct investigations. Since we already removed the Falcon software from our machines, we were able to go back online and start going through our logs in our system for potential compromise. The things we were looking out for were signs of data exfiltration, unauthorized access, suspicious activity on our network, malicious IP addresses, and so on. Then one of our team members found a Reddit post which indicated that it was indeed a bad update from Crowdstrike. Somehow, for whatever reason we couldn't comprehend, this broken update was pushed to production. For those people that are not aware of the usual DevOps process, usually it goes through the test environment first, then the user acceptance testing, and then the production environment. Even when it goes out live into the production environment, it should have been a staged release. For example, in our company, we have pilot machines where we push out updates and deployments to those machines first, which could be like 10 computers, and then stage the main release to everyone else at a later time. Anyway, for all the nerds out there, it seems like the actual error is a page fault in non-page area. If we take a look at the Microsoft documentation, it seems to be an error that relates to a wrong memory address, or the memory address is pointing at freed memory. I'm guessing that it's most likely a line of code in C or C++ which pointed to the wrong memory address. In simple terms, we can think of it like a person delivering your online shopping to a home address that doesn't exist. For a computer, that's a really bad thing. This resulted in a computer crashing, which is famously known as the blue screen of death. And every time the computer boots up, it'll start the Falcon agent again and get hit by the same error, causing an infinite loop of blue screens. Anyway, now that we have investigated and realized it's not a hack, we'll move on to remediation. As mentioned before, the first emergency remediation we did was literally disconnect our devices from the internet to buy us some time to remove the Falcon software. So thanks to this Reddit post, we were able to devise a temporary fix which involves restarting the machine, going into safe mode, opening up the command prompt and type in this line of command which essentially deletes the corrupted file. Most of our machines are secured with a BitLocker recovery key, so it was a real hassle finding all these recovery keys for everyone to restore their own laptops. In parallel, we also have other teams working on restoring critical servers, essentially performing similar procedures and even removing the Falcon software entirely. About 4 to 5 hours later, we were able to restore the majority of our critical servers and most of the end-user IT computers. Our remediation process is still ongoing as it's currently weekends over here in Australia, so I'll be going to the office on Monday to be the tech guy that revives computers. Anyway, now that we have a remediation process in place, it's time to talk about prevention. I'm pretty sure a lot of companies will be having this conversation on how we can prevent or at least slow down this outage from happening again. I think one of the easiest solutions, which could have been a process with Crowdstrike in the first place, is to have staged releases. I'm thinking we'll probably explore the option of having auto updates only on our pilot machines, and then we'll disable the auto updates on the main fleet and change to scheduled update windows instead. In this way, we'll have some time if the pilot machines crash. We'll be able to stop the scheduled update immediately to avoid further outage. Let me know in the comments on what kind of preventative steps your company is taking, or even ideas on how you think we can avoid this whole thing. And no, dropping Crowdstrike entirely from our organization is not feasible. Also leave a comment if you're from the IT department and you've been fixing this issue for your company. Anyway, hope that was insightful for you guys. I definitely had a great time working overtime to fix this problem. Thanks for watching.